how the court may kill Obamacare. I'd like to kind of discuss the circuit court rulings last week, and then also the possible action by the Supreme Court and what would follow it. You may recall that last week we talked about the Halbig decision and how that was very possibly going to be the beginning of the end of Obamacare, and it turns out that it was. The three-judge panel ruled against Obamacare. And the issue is very simple. The statute says that only people who are enrolled through state exchanges may get subsidies. And 36 states do not have state exchanges. They use federal exchanges. And the IRS was pretending that the law said state or federal, but it didn't. It just said state. Now, there was, another circuit court in Virginia in a separate but parallel case that ruled the other way, that said state means state or federal. And now it's going to go to an en banc hearing in D.C., all 11 judges, and they predictably will vote against us. They'll vote for Obama because it's 7-4, Democrat to Republican. Used to be 4-4, but then the anti-filibuster rule permitted Obama to jam through 3 other Democrats and tilt that to a 7-4 split. But there is a case coming up in Oklahoma that is yet again parallel on the same basis, and that's being heard by a Republican district court judge who, all things being equal, probably will go the way the D.C. Circuit did, the three-judge panel, and rule against Obama. So you're going to have split rulings all over the place. And that's undoubtedly going to require the Supreme Court to hear the case. Now, the opinion in the D.C. Circuit, the one that was good for us, was very interesting because the judge didn't talk about Obamacare or the policy. In fact, he apologized. He said, unfortunately, this ruling may hurt lots of people and may force them to lose their subsidies. But nevertheless, we're a court. We're not a Congress. And I have to go by the statute as it's read. And the statute, as it was passed by Congress, says state exchanges. So the Judge Griffith said, I'm not at liberty to change that. Congress can't rewrite the law. The opinions on the other side, the pro-Obamacare opinions, didn't fight on the law. They were just bombastic expressions about how this would condemn millions of people to a lack of health care and so on. And I think that when this goes to the Supreme Court, the swing votes, Justice Roberts and Justice Kennedy, I think are going to be very influenced by the idea that Congress is Congress and the court is the court, and that the court is not allowed to write law, only to interpret law, and that when the meaning is plain, like it is in the statute, it has to be followed. So I would predict, for what it's worth, that the court will, by a 5-4 verdict, throw out the subsidy clause. Now, that probably is, let's just look ahead a little bit. That probably is going to happen, I would guess, a year from now, in the summer of 2015. Could happen as late as the winter of 2016, but before the presidential election. At that point, I hope that the Republicans control the Senate and the House, and I think it's probable that we will. What will then happen is there'll be, at this moment, 5 million people would lose their subsidies under this ruling, and by the time it's finally adjudicated, it'll probably be up to a little over 10. So with 10 million people losing their subsidies, losing their health insurance, the Congress and the President are going to have to act as soon as the court throws out that rule, if they do. And with a Republican majority in both houses, there is a wonderful opportunity for the Republican Party simply to pass the bill that it wants and present it to Obama. He can't veto the bill because he can't leave 10 million people in the lurch. He'd have to sign it. And then what would be bequeathed to the future is a healthcare system that was responsibly and reasonably expanded to offer access to all Americans, but without destroying the substance of our healthcare system the way Obamacare did. This would come out right, absolutely perfectly right. And the bill that I think the Republicans will pass is the one that they've already passed in the House of Representatives, died in the Senate. And it's a very good bill. It says that you cannot stop covering someone because they get sick. You can't raise their premiums because they get sick. You cannot require them, you can't exclude pre-existing conditions. But it will also say that you can't require anybody to get health insurance. You can't require any employer to offer it. And if anyone wants health insurance, they can get the health insurance policy they want, not necessarily covering everything, but tailoring the coverage to their individual needs and their wants. And then it will provide, as the Republican bill does, tax credits. And if you make too little to pay taxes, refundable tax credits, which is a subsidy, a direct subsidy to individuals and to companies to buy health insurance that they want and that they can afford, tailored to their needs, where the subsidy would pay a portion of it, you would pay a portion of it, and ultimately there would be a great incentive to tailor that program only to what you really want and what you really need. And I think that's going to pass. And I think both houses will approve it, and Obama will have to sign it. If that eventuates, the legacy of the Obama administration is zilch. He will have done absolutely nothing. The economy fell apart, he didn't repair it, and Obamacare was thrown out by the courts, replaced by the Republicans. Foreign policy is a mess, and he'll go down in the un-Mount Rushmore statue of presidents, the presidents who are the opposite of those who we glorify. And the Republicans will have a great accomplishment going into 2016, a discredited Democratic president, a very good chance of winning it at all in 2016. Now, all of this is predicated on the Supreme Court acting, but I believe that they will. I believe that Judge Roberts and Justice Kennedy will say this is an opportunity for a narrow procedural ruling that relates directly to the powers of the court, which they've deeply believed in, as opposed to a broad social policy ruling, as they had to do when the fundamental issue of Obamacare constitutionality came up a few years ago. Thanks for watching.